And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Wait, right there, 54 miles.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert, call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. White.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Hey, gun.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He finds Coleman. 18 yards, first down Niners.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Mostert. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Raheem Mostert, he was great in that NFC title game, 220 yards. But Super Bowl, 58 yards on 12 carries, though. He did score the touchdown in the third quarter to put the Niners up 20-10.
And think about the journey of Raheem Mostert and what he's traveled. That he has a 220-yard game, 4 touchdowns in the NFC title game that you just mentioned. But only getting 12 carries in the Super Bowl, I don't think in his wildest dreams he would have thought, I only got 12 carries in a Super Bowl? That tells you how valuable he became and what people will focus on. And don't forget Tevin Coleman, the great comeback from the dislocated shoulder against Green Bay in the title game. 5 carries, 28 yards in the Super Bowl. Came back to start that game. Showed a great amount of toughness. But they didn't run it nearly as much as we expected.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe marches in for the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 18. Now Newton. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Right there. Watch the back. Mike 56. Mike 56. Better bring it.
Newton on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches. Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play to just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Mike 54. 54. Crunch time, defense. Jim. Check 52. 8.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter.
Ready. Check. Walk 54. I know he ain't got it. Great.
Now Newton on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line. 2nd and 10. McCaffrey. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Back to throw. Newton. Got his target, Samuel. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
54 Mike. Hey, here I come. 20.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas, but now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, here's Newton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s. so a little bit lower scoring than we expected, but a lot of fireworks down the stretch, all by Kansas City. But how about San Francisco? Had the lead in the ball, under 12 minutes to go, and held Kansas City to 10 points through 3 quarters. And somehow they're winging their way back to San Francisco, trying to understand how they lost that game.
Yeah, not only did Kansas City win it, but they end up winning it by 11 points. They didn't see that coming at all. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. But now it'll be third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. This is intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you've got to make that throw, right? Yeah. That's got to be completed.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a big way.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
White.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 83 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. Nick Bosa getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On the return is Pettis. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
You ain't going nowhere.
12.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Deep ball for Goodwin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. The 30, 10, Touchdown, Carolina! Christian McCaffrey, 65 yards. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-7. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal.
Here we go. 180.
Check. Walk 54.
They'll try to run this one in. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers have retaken the lead. Now Gold for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Newton. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Newton now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th.
Check Mike 54. Mike.
They will go for it. Now Newton. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now Mostert, and only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
21.
And the blitz does come. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 26 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Switch. Check.
This is Mostert, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
21.
Garoppolo. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So not sure how they feel about that. They had Gould in field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from Gould to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it now because you're
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Let's go.
Here we go. 180. 11.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
Here's Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And some room to run now. 27 yards there, a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
180. 59.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now that turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Tackle made by K'Wan Short. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeout in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. This is Breida, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Niners on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12.
11.
Check Mike 54.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is taken at the 15. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 27, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Great.
They snap it to Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And some room to work. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, but it'll be second down. They'll try again from the 36 on second and 10.
They can't hang with us.
To throw again, Newton. Now a desperation throw deep. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
And to me,